Did we kill another low blood? Hi everyone, welcome back to more Friendsim. If you notice by the screen, I should have something up on there that says something about my current friendship streak. Because I was able to get through volume 4 without messing up once. And I'm so chuffed by that. Just sign here and Kalu Kalay. So let's go on to the next route. I'm super excited for that. Okay, volume 5. Of affection, unwanted or untrue. And clock. Walking. You sure are doing a lot of it recently. Back on Earth, you never got near this amount of exercise. You're gonna be so in shape when this is over. Provided you still have all your limbs attached and your bones uncrushed. You could probably come up with safer ways to travel, a taxi or some sort of bus system, but you don't have any money and you can't read signs. Also, you are routinely covered in blood and bruises. So walking it is. Tired as you are, your feet still carry you towards friendship. Oh, we got an who knows, and we got this guy called Zebra Kodak. I don't like the look of this guy. And this guy's weird. Color me curious. Also, the little Yoba symbol is question mark in this world. Sorry, Yoba. I know things about Stardew Valley. I just don't play it that much because I'm such a perfectionist. Anyway, taking a sip of tea. Let's continue on. I'm gonna take mysterious hooded man watches from a distance. Takes a second to look awesome. Time to go. As usual, the streets are hopping, just bouncing around like an overactive bunny rabbit on Easter morning. Up ahead, at an intersection of streets, is some kind of night market. Well, every market on Alternia is a night market. I think in both senses of the word. As previously stated, you are broke, but there is nothing wrong with a little bit of window shopping. Who knows what kind of awesome stuff you'll find? You can learn a lot about a culture from their stores. Oops. Again, this mouse is just so glitchy today. You are so intent on thinking positive thoughts that you are nearly at the market before you realize that quite a few people are coming towards you, in the opposite direction. Some of them are running, actually, and screaming. Looks like that something has gone down violence-wise. It's not a stampede. You aren't in any danger of being trampled, and the street is wide enough to just step aside and let the crowd pass by. Or it would be. Ooh. I like your music, man. It's so cool. Bro. Yes. Okay. You get a brief, furtive glimpse of a pair of focused yellow eyes under a low-pulled hood. Then a hand grabs yours so tightly the tips of your fingers go numb. With a rough yank, you are pulled into the flow of the crowd. The troll girl who has a hold of you speaks quickly and quietly. You're a girl? Not that I should say anything. I tend to wear hoodies. I got wide shoulders. And zero cleavage, but whatever. You have to lean to your head. You have to lean your head in close to hear. We are on a date. You're my mate Sprit or my Moirail, whatever you want. We're just a normal couple out for a night on the town. We're gonna catch a movie and get some soft-serve grub cream. You feel me? Wow. Okay. Play along and hold hands. Hold on, let me save first. I still doubt myself. Oh, hey! Now I know where I recognize this from. This is sampling from Okami. Or like, well, or gosh, Courser. Wow. I didn't think they'd throw Courser in here. Okay. That's why I like it. Okay, play along and hold hands. Your heart beats so hard you can feel it in the back of your throat. You adjust your grip a little to make your hand easier to hold. In response, you get a squeeze like she's thanking you. You match her pace, a surprisingly difficult feat considering how short she is. Behind you, people are still shouting, "What the heck happened back there?" Someone died. You figured that, but that's not exactly rare for Alternia, is it? You've seen way more dead people here in the last couple days than you've seen throughout your entire life on your planet. You tell the troll girl that you thought that was just kind of normal here. Normal, sure. When low-bloods get killed, natural order of things, right? But with high-bloods, it's different. Someone killed a high-blood? I almost swore, like, without stopping. Oh, well. Holy crap. Okay. Personally, I don't give a crap about the natural order. Doesn't matter what the job is, I'll take it. Wait, are you part of the League of Shadows? I'm thinking in Skyrim thoughts, I'm sorry. Oh, so a high blood is dead, and you're currently holding hands with the troll who did the dirty deed. She chose you to help her lay low, i.e. she made you her accomplice, i.e. you are now her friend. Well, you chose the worst kind of person to have to lay low. We're a freaking blobbish human-ish kind of creature. Sorry, I'm chewing on a cuticle. I shouldn't do that. Anyway. Helping someone carry out a cold-blooded murder is a super friendly thing to do. What she had called you? Her matesprit? No, what had she called you? Her matesprit? You aren't sure what that is, but it sounds great. You ask her what you should call her. My name is Polypa, but there's no reason to go throwing it around. Let's not talk at all. I like that. Polypa. I like it. Anyway, you want to point out that it won't look like a very convincing date if you're just walking in silence, but that would require talking, and she told you not to do that. A trio of those spiky robots go marching by. Drones or whatever. Their big ugly heads swivel back and forth like they're looking for someone. Polypa doesn't say anything, and she keeps her eyes forward, but she goes as sharp as a laser, every muscle in her body tensing. You feel it through her hand, her fingers tightening on yours until the drones disappear into the crowd. She yanks you around the corner into a smaller alley connecting two roads. There's nothing here but a pothole and a couple dumpsters. Hold up a minute. Her hoodie is a symbol on the front of it, two overlapping gold ovals. Most trolls seem to have the symbol designating their blood color on them somewhere, which means she's a gold blood, right? Oh, whoa, hold up. We skipped a thing. Let's see. She's a gold blood, right? Oh, wow, we didn't skip a thing. Whoa. So cool. We got an olive blood. Ah, sweet. That was a great disguise. I love you. You're so cool. Okay, and then Polypa yanks the sweatshirt over her head, and underneath she's wearing a tank top emblazoned with a symbol in olive green. It looks like a little like a cat. That's pretty cute. She tosses the sweatshirt into the nearest dumpster and kicks a button on the side, a whoosh accompanied by a sulfury stink of immolation. Note to self, don't go dumpster diving in Alternia. Polypa grabs your hand again as you head back out on the street. With her other hand, she works the tie out of her hair, shaking it out as its ponytail, letting it fall in thick, sweaty clumps against her neck. Next, she reaches up and takes part of her right horn off. Wait, no. It was a bit of veneer, an artificial bit to cover up a notch in the chitin. What are all these random wardrobe changes about? You wonder until you actually begin to listen to some of the conversation happening around you and check out the billboard-sized screens mounted on roofs on every few blocks. Seems like a rumor mill is already going hard. Apparently a well-respected Violet Blood is dead, killed in public in full view of a witness by a gold blood girl with a ponytail. Wow, you are really dealing with a professional here. Is she part of, like, the Signless cult? That'd be amazing. She's an olive blood, so she might have connections to, you know, the disciple. Anyway. I need to find somewhere to lay low until the heat turns down. I mean, we both do, since you're my associate now. I had a contact waiting, but I don't know what happened to her. It's possible she got spooked. Got any ideas for likely hideouts? I'm not from around here. And I'm from around here, lady? Get over yourself. Anyway. You wonder what in the world made her think you would have any idea what's going on, ever. She keeps giving you sharp looks as if she's gradually catching on to just who she's chosen to recruit. You want her to understand that no matter how busted you look, you are an amazing friend and co-conspirator. Well, here's your chance. What do you propose? Oh no. Save time. Let's see. Apartment building or catch a movie and get some grub cream. I mean, that is part of your cover though, ain't it? Let's try going for it. She's in it now. Besides, someone might be living in the apartments. Don't get into that. Yeah, I guess we could. That's what people do on dates, right? Oh wow, look at her nails! She's strong! Holy crap, look at those muscles! Ah, dude, she's awesome. Why are there so many great girls in this game? It's not even fair to a straighty like me. Anyway. Okay. And it's been a while. I haven't seen a movie in forever. Let's do it. She squeezes your hand. You would have thought holding hands for so long would get sweaty and uncomfortable. You are certainly nervous enough, but her skin is surprisingly cool. With a couple of exceptions, all your new friends have been literally cold-blooded, also metaphorically, for a few of them. But you aren't going to judge them for their lifestyle choices. That isn't your place as a friend. Regardless, your point is, it's kind of nice holding hands, even if it's under completely false murder pretenses. Come on, there's probably a theater in there. Makes sense. You aren't from around here, and you don't think Polypa is either. But you can always recognize a mall when you see one. Stores and escalators, fountains full of slimy mall water. It's probably been there for years. The biggest difference between this and an Earth Mall is that there doesn't seem to be anyone working at one of these stores. Everything is automated. And that and the top floors appear to be reserved for high bloods. Polypa is still holding onto your hand. Gosh, it's like you really are on a real date. This is very, very friendly. As far as you know, you've never been on a date with an assassin before. Like they'd tell you. You can't read the show times and the descriptions, and you don't have any money, but Polypa chooses the movie and pays for you both. She tosses a couple of coins into a slot, and the machine spits out 2 tickets. You don't see any soft-serve grub cream, but you're a little too queasy from mingled nerves and excitement currently dealing with anything called grub cream. You do, however, stop for a bag of buttery exploded kernels at the concession stand. Oh, gross. Why are the seats so gross? Okay. The theater you follow Polypa into isn't crowded, but you still feel every pair of eyes setting on you as you walk up the steps. Your heart pounds and sweat slides down the back of your neck. Though you're just positive you are just positive everyone can see right through you in this deeply controversial cross-species mashup you've got going on here. Even worse, Polypa takes a seat weirdly close to the only other group there. In there. Man, awkward. The movie starts playing. Apparently in Alternia there aren't any trailers before movies. Kind of a bummer. No, you don't understand. You'd be there forever for reading just reading the titles of those movies. Son of a gun. Okay. If you're gonna be stuck here, you want to know what hot new summer blockbusters you have to look forward to. Surprisingly, the movie turns out to be a romantic comedy. You expected Polypa to choose a thriller or a horror movie. From what you glean from the plot, it's about a beautiful young jade blood who gets involved with a visiting blue blood and their servant, a big bumbling bronze. The portrayal of low blood strikes you as vaguely offensive. They grunt and fall down a lot. The caverns look a lot fancier than you remember the time you hung out with Branya, just a lot bigger and more glittery. The main character spends a lot of time pulling a jeweled comb through her lustrous hair. The dialogue is kind of incoherent, and you don't just think it's because you're unfamiliar with the cultural context. It also doesn't help that Polypa keeps up a running commentary throughout. The ban on conversation has apparently been lifted. Ugh, I can't believe they added the mistaken identity storyline. So unnecessary. Oh my gosh, is she me? Is she me? I love talking in movies. Oh, Polypa, you and me, best friends. Also, Black Rom is so boring in comedies. There's just no punch to it. I can't believe how bad this is. I don't remember the book being this garbage, but I read it a long time ago. My taste must have been worse back then. You brought us to a book movie? Lady, you should know this by now. This always happens. But man, I'm loving her so much. Anyway. You're just looking at her this in a whole new light. She shrugs, possibly a little self-conscious. What? You think I've been an assassin since I pupated? I used to have a blog for relationship advice and stuff like that. Of course, I was just messing around. I didn't know anything beyond what I read online. Two characters are kissing on screen. You have no idea who they are. You are way more interested in the fact that Polypa has decided to tell you her life story in the back of a movie theater. The deep blue light from the scene in the brooding caverns washes over her, making her look noble and sad. You're entranced. It didn't last, though. I doubt it had anything to do with my blog, but a few sweeps ago, a group of kids broke into my hive. I think they were high, maybe on Soper. Oh no, clowns. Whatever, they stole a bunch of my stuff, killed my Lucis, and some little psionic loser broke my legs with his brain. Oh man. Not high bloods. Just because he thought it would be funny. You're riveted. You have a bit of a tragic backstory yourself, but nothing this dramatic. Polypa picks through the buttery pop exploded kernels with a delicate claw. I was trapped in my hive. I would have starved to death if I hadn't been from some teal who lived in my neighborhood. Just some idiot who ran around with an Eastern Alternia replica sword, challenging pervies to duels. Interesting. I hope we meet him. Teobloods are pedantic budgelords, but they care about justice, and these kids had attacked me for no reason. I didn't break any laws. Anyway, that's why I'm equal opportunity for how I take jobs. Low blood, high blood, everyone is scum. Oh, well, the Tealbloods must love you then. Equal. I love this girl. I hope I'm getting the good ending. One of the kids in the row ahead of you turns around to tell Polypa that if she and her Moira want to get all nasty and pale, maybe she should get a room. Polypa kicks the back of her chair and tells her maybe she should mind her own business. The girl looks about ready to jump over the back of her seat, but the guy next to her pats her firmly on the cheek. Pat. Shoosh. Almost a slow motion slap, firm and intense with plenty of uncomfortably intimate eye contact. The girl settles down after that, and everybody goes back to watching the movie. The rest of it goes by with your head spinning and your heart in your throat. You're glad Polypa trusts you enough to share her past, but you're nervous about her talking about it in public. Wasn't the whole point of coming to the movie to lay low? Think about it. When that girl sees the description in the alert, she's not going to be thinking about the noisy olive blood getting all conciliatory in public. It's safer to then skulking around believe me. Gosh, Polypa really is an expert. You're so glad you got to go on a date with her, even if it was mostly fake. As soon as you're back on the street, Polypa pulls out her phone. Slowly her face falls. That little nook licker. I thought she bailed on me, but according to Chitter, she's dead. They got her. Dang it. I told her to be careful. Ooh, that's an intense pose. Her sadness is quickly turning to rage, vibrating off her in frantic waves. Her voice gets louder, too, and the people are starting to look your way. Heckling in the theater is one thing. Shouting at her phone about murder is another. This is going south fast. You have to calm her down. Deploy Shoosh Pap. For lack of a better plan, you copy what you saw that troll inside do on his angry date. You press your palm firmly to her cheek. To your intense shock, she blushes a deep olive green and her eyes slip closed. She leans into your touch as if she's drawn comfort from this tiny little gesture. Then she blinks and pulls away. Listen, I'm technically on the clock right now. Let's be professional. She bites her lip, hesitating. Then she reaches up and repeats the gesture on your face. An unbelievable warmth fills you. Could it be the warmth of friendship? You're all weird looking. Double horn amputee with very few social skills, terrible survival instincts, and both short-term and long-term memory loss. But you're all right. If you ever want to earn a little cash, I could use a partner I can depend on. Is it raining? No, those are tears in your eyes. Tears of gratitude. Mustang would be disappointed in you. It's raining. Anyway. Okay, don't get too choked up. You're definitely just gonna be bait. You assure Polypa that, due to your general ineptitude, you wouldn't want it any other way. Victory! Hey! Yes! That's amazing! Woo! Add another one to the board. Let's get that edited right now. Friendship streak. 3 in a row. Flawless. Boop. Okay. Back we go. We gotta start this up again. Try not to get too try not to get too crazy, Jen. Oh, I like that it changes that. It changes the look of the thing. That's cool. That's cool. Anyway. Walking. Back on Earth, never walked. You are going to be so fit. People are going to be like, whoa, look at them. And you're going to be like, friendship. And I'm like, okay. Oh, and it changes. Okay. Polypa Gozy. Polypa Gozy. I like her. I like her a lot. Anyway, let's talk to this tool. Zebra Kodak. Because you get it? He's blue blood, so horse. I don't know. Okay. Your stroll takes you to a nice part of town that seems to have a larger, more McMansion-style hives. Oops. Man, this mouse is just glitching. Based on your past experiences on Alternia, you're not quite certain that upper-class enclaves equal safety for you, but you might as well explore. You never know where you'll find your next friend. The power of positive thinking must be on your side because someone emerges out of the shadows of these sprawling suburbs. Where have I heard this before? I'm sure I've heard this somewhere before. Maybe not. It sounds like something like from the Hive Swap album, so who knows. Oh, hello there. Heart, I don't believe we've met. I'm sure I would remember someone with such unique looks. You don't know where you are, do you? By this point in your time in Alternia, you don't know if it's wise to admit that you're lost and naive to the ways of the world, but you don't know what you gotta say to try to convince this guy that you've got any kind of street smarts. You nod your head reluctantly, but he actually looks more interested in you after the confirmation that you're new to the neighborhood. Have you perhaps found someone who likes you for your vulnerability and naivete? That would sure be fantastic luck. It's a good thing I found you. Not everyone is as respectful of lowbloods as I am. I see. We got ourselves a knight. A white knight. What a tool. Okay. Oh, but I shouldn't make assumptions just because you're not much to look at. My bad. I see. So he changed, like, when he's trying to flirt with you in, like, the different romances, he just adds those to, like, set the, like, yes, I'm insulting you. I don't mean to be forward, but you're just so interesting. Mind if I ask what color your blood is? You hesitate. While you're still terrifyingly ignorant of the intricacies of Alternian society, you're starting to feel terrifyingly informed about the role that blood color plays in this world. And you've managed to gather by now that plain old human red isn't considered one of the better colors to have. What do? Lie and say high blood color or tell the truth? Okay. This could destroy my streak. I'll just I'll tell the truth. Red, huh? Wow, that's so unique. I've always liked the color red. I don't think I've ever filled a quadrant with a red blood before. Oops. Not again. I mean, I don't think I've made friends with a red blood before. You don't know what a quadrant is or what it means to fill one. Given your experience on this planet so far, you're nervous that it could mean something violent. But you don't want to further expose your ignorance, so you just say that you're as excited for this friendship as he is. You come on strong. Nice. You need a place to stay for the day, right? I can help you out with that. I've got plenty of spare rooms for guests in my hive. You know, because I believe it's important to help out the undeserved members of our community when you can. My hive is this way. Shall we? You follow him down the street. You guess it must qualify as a nice night because you see lots of other trolls walking around here too. Most of them are dressed as nice as zebra, and you see a few shabbier looking trolls that must be lowbloods walking with highbloods. Today is actually Flushed Affirmation Day, so you'll see a lot of trolls taking their mate sprits out to celebrate. Lucky for you, my flush quadrant is currently empty, so I'm all yours tonight. Ooh boy. That sounds a little weird. He doesn't need to be all yours, you assure him. You're an easygoing individual who's happy to share their friends with plenty of other friends. Sure, sharing can be a good time if you're into that. I could be speaking personally, like maybe with 2 lowbloods, but not in objective way. Everyone involved has to respect each other, you know. Okay, then. Wow, what? You have no idea about how your innocent comment about friendship got taken to this particular place. You decide that maybe the best thing to say here is nothing, because who knows what he might misinterpret, how he might misinterpret you next. Huh, looks like there's a lot of high blood, low blood couples out tonight for the holiday. Pretty unusual to see in this neighborhood, to be honest. It's sad, but most of these lowbloods are probably with their mate sprits because it's socially advantageous. Pretty terrible of the high bloods to take advantage of that, but not everyone is as socially conscious as I am. Dude, we're literally an alien. We don't know anything. We really couldn't care less. I think it's super terrible when high bloods don't treat their low blood mate sprits like the queens they are. You look around at all the other couples. The class divide is pretty noticeable, and some of the high blood trolls have scornful looks on their faces when talking to their low blood dates. One troll dressed in cerulean is making her shabbily dressed mate sprit kneel down so he can give her a ride on his shoulders. It could maybe be a cute coupley thing, you guess, except she's sure laughing a lot and has the heel of her boot pressing into the back of his neck. You don't want to speculate about what people might be into, but it does seem kind of humiliating. Sure, it's not black, Zebra sees where you're looking and shudders theatrically. In the process of waving his arms around in disgust, he slips an arm over your shoulders. Interesting. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have to see something like that. You're trying to think of a tactful and friendly way to move away from his arm around your shoulders when you arrive at what must be his hive. It's the biggest and most McMansion-y hive on the block, and when he steps in front of it, he lets go of you to gesture proudly at his sprawling home. Welcome to my humble abode. I feel grateful, you know, to be able to share my wealth with those less fortunate. Oh, the zebra, Lucius. Hi. Aren't you cute? But you look so angry. And look at the whoop in the hair. So cool. Anyway, when you walk inside the front door, you're greeted by a very distinguished-looking white zebra. Zebra. It has normal zebra markings all over its body, except for around its neck, where the dark gray zags have formed a shape that looks like a bow tie, almost like it's wearing a suit. You don't know how its zebra face is managing to radiate pure disdain when it looks at you, but that is unquestionably the energy you're getting. Hold on, he's levitating, I'm sorry. Okay. Don't mind my Lucis. He's kind of socially old-fashioned. But he lets me keep lowbloods around the hive to help out and stuff, so he's not all that bad. Let me give you the grand tour. As Zebra takes you through the spacious hive, you can see other trolls in several of the rooms. Most of them aren't wearing clothes as nice as Zebra's. You're guessing these are the lowbloods he just mentioned. This is weird. They all seem to be doing chores. Sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime in troll-sized bathtubs for other possibly fresher green slime. Each one of them glances up at you and Zebra when you pass by and then looks deferentially away. I keep saying Zebra because of his name. The zebra Lucis is following you, and every time you exit a room, it pauses at the doorway to whinny out what could be orders, or possibly he's just berating them. You arrive at an empty ballroom-looking space upstairs, where several low-blood trolls are hard at work cleaning up the remains of what must have been quite a party. Zebra seems to notice you're noticing how all the trolls are in here are scrubbing the floor and how they're all avoiding your eyes. See? I told you I take plenty of guests. I believe it's important to promote diversity, you know, so that's why you don't see other indigo bloods here. You're an what? My brain is dying. Yeah, you're indigo. See? Told you. Okay. Oh, phone's ringing. BRB. Okay, let's continue on with this tool. Looks like all the guests are busy today. Well, an important part of communal living involves contributing your labor when it's necessary. Right, guys? A few lowbloods mutter an affirmation while others just put their sponges and mops down to prostrate their whole bodies on the floor. Zebra looks a little uncomfortable with the bowing, but not that uncomfortable. He doesn't introduce you to any of them. They don't all realize yet that my hive is a sanctuary from the harsh injustices of the outside world. Perhaps his Lucis has had enough tolerating your presence because it takes the opportunity to stop following you and go huff at more of Zebra's guests. Now, for better or worse, you are alone and Zebra has turned all his attention on you. His smile seems very friendly. You want to see want to see it as friendly. Okay, I can read. The night is still young. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. If you feel like going out on the town to celebrate Flushed Affirmation Day, I have lots of other friends I could introduce you to. Help you meet the right kind of culture, you know. Or if you're tired, I can show you to our guest room now and we can have a nice night in. Go out or stay in? Oh, jeez. Okay. Save. I don't wanna screw up. Okay. Let's go out. You seem kind of, up to doing that, I guess. you're not crazy about the idea of being alone with this guy for the rest of the night. Plus, if he's as popular as he says he is, that might mean more potential friends for you to meet. I already feel bad about choosing this. You tell him that you're interested in going out. Cool, cool. That sounds like a great time. I'll just go get ready. Actually, I think I'm more in the mood for a nice quiet night in. Maybe television streaming service and lower the temperature if that's cool with you. He wants to Netflix and chill. Oh boy, if that has some connotations as it does on Earth, it's not cool with you. You stumble through expressing some misgivings, but he talks over you. Great, sounds like we're both staying in tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm psyched to stay in and have you all to myself. I just wanted you to feel comfortable, whatever we chose to do. You're not sure why he asked you what you wanted to do since your preferences don't seem to matter much. My Lucis and my guests have probably prepared a delicious meal for you by now, but let's finish the tour first. I assume you want to see my room. You tell him, sure, bedrooms are a great way for people to express their personalities, and as his friend, you are interested in getting to know him better. Oops. He doesn't seem to have heard that part of the sentence, but it's okay. Hopefully he got the gist. When you get to his enormous room, it's decorated with posters of musicians on the wall and what seem to be social justice slogans. One poster has a symbol with clawed hands in several different colors, coming together to hold a trident with the word unity underneath it. The fact that there's a trident makes me worried. Anyway. Oh, come on, mouse. Another poster features a rainbow of colors ranging from rust to olive green that proclaims him to be a low-blood ally. Yeah, what a tool. I don't like it when people just flaunt everything that they supposedly support at a drop of a hat, because it's kind of annoying. Two other low-blood servants are in there, one of them standing on the stepladder to dust some high shelves, while the other crawls around on the floor, scrubbing and picking up wrappers that Zebra seems to have just littered there. Pretty sweet place, right? You look confused by the posters. Your music taste probably isn't refined enough to have heard my favorite bands. I only listen to subversive musicians that speak truth to power. Are you a fan, perchance, of the Grubbles? Anyway. Luckily, you have me to teach you how to confront your privilege and support marginalized artists. Also, did you notice my rad pile? It's a perfect setup for feelings jams with your moirail. He winks at you. You don't know what a moirail is, or what he means by feelings jam, which sounds like in theory it could be a nice thing, but maybe not given the sleazy way he says it. You tell him that it looks like a very nice pile of things. You spot a couple pillows, what looks like a puppet with a disturbingly long nose, some random bow ties, a few horseshoes. You look intrigued. Want to lie down on it for a second? We don't have to do anything, but sometimes it could be nice to just, pacify each other a bit. He sprawls on the pile in what he probably thinks is an enticing way, like he wants you to draw him like one of your French girls. You turn away to try to hide the disturbed expression on your face, because turning down his advances probably isn't the best way to secure his friendship. As your eyes cast about the rest of the room, you notice that the low-blood servant scrubbing the floor is having a coughing fit. You can tell that she's trying to cough unobtrusively, but it seems like she's hacking her lungs up, with each big cough racking her whole body and making her shoulders shake. Concerned, you crouch down by her side. She jumps when she notices your concern and mumbles that she's fine and that you don't need to worry. But she doesn't look fine. Now that you're getting a closer look, you can tell that she seems to be underfed and exhausted, with sickly shadows on her face and scraped up knees and elbows. She looks bad, and you know bad, considering how much of your time you've recently spent stumbling around with various excruciating injuries. You mentioned to Zebra that his guest is not looking so good. He frowns, getting up from his pile of stuff to come investigate, blinking down at you in confusion and not sparing a glance for the low blood. What are you even talking about? Oops. The servant tries to go back to her scrubbing, but she struggles with coughing and scrubbing simultaneously. It's hard for you to watch. I thought I fixed it. Dang it. Surely she'd feel better if she took a break and ate or drank something. You asked Zebra about that hot meal he said was being cooked for you. Maybe you could give some of it to this poor sick troll. Jeez, you're making me look bad. There's no way a guest in my house could be hungry. I respect lowbloods and do everything in my power to take care of them. What do you think you're a better ally than I am? Considering your status, or lack thereof, on this planet, you're not sure you count as an ally so much as a member of an opposed underclass. But you let that slide. You hasten to explain that you didn't mean to criticize him, and you're sure he's doing a fine job at being an ally to lowbloods. Yeah, well, it's not easy. Whatever. Maybe we should go eat now? I don't feel like having a feelings jam anymore. Oop, things are going downhill. He turns and leaves the room without showing any sign that he'll do something for the sick lowblood. You mouth an apology to her behind his back, and she just gives you a tired wave and goes back to scrubbing. Zebra leads you downstairs to the dining room, where his Lucis is supervising a team of lowbloods, setting the table with what looks like a 4-course meal. The look on the Lucis zebra's face is now even more disdainful than before, and its bow tie seems angrier. Looks like dinner's almost ready. Cool, cool. Of course, you're probably going to offer to pay for any of it, are you? Figures. Lowbloods, I mean trolls in general, are always expecting me to provide for them without ever offering any concupiscence in return. For once, you're kind of glad that you're unfamiliar with his alien vocabulary and innuendo. You have absolutely no money, which he definitely knows. You can pay him back for dinner in friendship? Awkward. Yeah, well, I'm not sure I want to be friends with someone who has a problem with the way I do activism. I have it on good authority from every other highblood I know that my intersectional praxis is valid. You stumble over your words in your haste to assure him that you in no way meant to say he's not valid. You never met a troll so valid. No one believes in his validity more than you do. Whatever, let's just eat. You both sit down at the table while the lowbloods set the table, light the candles, and serve the appetizer course. You can't help but notice that most of them look as malnourished and sickly as the troll upstairs, but it might be best not to bring that up again. You eat in silence for a while, and Zebra looks like he's stewing over something. Then he sets his fork down and looks over the table at you with a frown. You know what? I just realized. You totally denied my lowblood her own agency when you questioned me about not feeding her. Yeah, what you said was totally problematic. You don't respect lowbloods at all, do you? Not like I do. You try to apologize, saying that it was not your intention to disrespect anyone, but that you're sorry you apparently did. He doesn't let you get another word out. People don't realize how tough it is to be a high-blood troll who believes in social justice. Seriously, I've faced my own kind of oppression for speaking out and being an activist for low-blood rights. For one thing, I never get the conciliation or concupiscence I deserve. My quadrants are always going unfulfilled because no one else agrees with my radical views. I thought you were different, but you don't get it either. Oops. You try to tell him that he's got you all wrong. You agree with his radical views and believe in blood rights, which is why you're concerned with his guest. You were concerned for his guest in the first place. But he acts like you didn't say anything of what you just said. You're just another one of the oppressors, complicit in unequal power structures of our messed up society. Your lack of awareness of your own privilege really makes me sick. You must think you're so oppressed with your red blood and multiple injuries. But what you're doing now, rejecting and criticizing me, it's really exactly the same as what subjugulators do to the lowbloods they cull. Man, I hate this guy. You probably deserve whatever terrible position you have in society. Unlike me, I deserve to have this nice house and low-blood servants and full quadrants for being such a good activist, okay? He's standing up now, advancing on you with his zebra stamping its hooves threateningly at his side. You scramble back, trying to make your way to the front door. It's tricky because you have to step around all the lowbloods who seem to feel strongly that they should get away from Zebra when he's angry. You don't make it to the front door fast enough on your own. With a terrifying equine scream, Zebra's Lucis rears up on its hind legs and strikes you with its hooves, battering you through the front door and breaking some of your recently healed ribs again. Take your privilege and offensive views and get out. Anyone who doesn't respect lowbloods is not welcome as a guest in my hive. No, we've got horse boobs. It would behoove you to stay away. Dang it. Well, if we lost, I'm glad we lost our streak on this guy. Fuck. Okay. Let me just change that to a big old fat 0 and just hide it in general. Okay, back we go. Let's try to befriend this loser again. Load. Show me to my room, please. You think that going out with Zebra on flushed affirmation day might potentially give him the wrong idea, and besides, you're pretty tired, so you don't feel like going out. You tell him that you're ready to retire to your guest room now. Oh, sure. Oh, bruh, by the way, have you heard of Chixie Rocksmear? Or it's Royschmear? You probably haven't. You don't seem like you're a very serious music fan. But you've got a great opportunity tonight to learn from me. One of her low-blood musician friends is playing a show for the holiday, and I can get us in because I'm super connected in the scene. We should go, just in case she's there. Okay, so saying yes means no and no means yes. Good to know. You could have sworn you told him you wanted to stay in tonight, but okay. You can gather the remains of your energy and go out to this concert with him. That's what a good friend would do. He takes you across town to the concert, only trying to hold your hand or put his arm around you a couple times on the way, so it could be worse. Maybe hand-holding is totally platonic on Alternia. You hope so. Wow, look at that. Look at the guitarist. What the heck is going on? The concert itself is one troll with a guitar and a harmonica, who, according to Zebra, is a lowblood whose songs are spreading truly radical messages, almost as radical as Chixie's. You enjoy the tunes as much as you can, but you don't understand what the lyrics are trying to say. Let me guess, they're going boing 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 boing. Sorry. No shade to the Grubbles album. You ask Zebra what the lyrics mean, since the message is apparently important to him, but he gets annoyed with your question. What? The lyrics are about... Well, they're about a lot of things. Social justice and oppression and stuff. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't already get it. Like, if you're not on my level already, I don't know what I can really say, you know? Dude, stop going black with me, man. Then enough about music. I want to talk about you. What sort of things are you into? You haven't had many opportunities on Alternia to talk about your interests. How exciting! You say you like to play games, but he's already interrupting you. Cool, sounds great, really interesting stuff. But what's your quadrant situation like? It's harder to pretend that you know what he's talking about, that he's asked you about quadrants directly. You admit that you have no idea what he meant by quadrant situation. Whoa, you're even more clueless than I thought. Don't worry, I still find you attractive. He goes into a brief, but not really brief enough explanation of the 4 types of romance on Alternia. No! Please tell me you're skipping over the quadrants talk. Mateship. Heart. Flush quadrant, which sounds like the most analogous to human romantic partnerships. Moiralens. The pale quadrant, which sounds exceptionally like codependent friendship by human standards. Auspitism, the ashen quadrant, gives you, which you don't understand at all. And Kismicitude, the black quadrant, which just sounds like repeatedly hooking up with someone you hate. You're fuzzy on the details of all 4 of these, but you understand enough to get that he's asking if you're single. You tell him that you really just want to be friends. Of course, I super respect your choices. If you ever change your mind, I'm right here. And being in a quadrant with an influential yet sensitive and socially aware indigo blood like myself could make it a lot easier for you to survive and thrive on Alternia. Wasn't he just criticizing that kind of high blood, low blood, socially advantageous relationship just a few hours ago? It wouldn't be very friendly of you to point out his hypocrisy, so you don't mention it. After another song, another troll at the club sidles up to Zebra and whispers something in his ear, then skulks off again. Zebra looks alarmed, glancing around him and edging towards the club exit. I just got a tip there's gonna be a culling at this concert. We should get out of here. You definitely agree with him about wanting to get out of here. You look around at the rest of the audience still enjoying the show. You and Zebra are the only ones getting ready to leave. Is he going to warn any of the other trolls about the danger? Oh, no, definitely not. If I were to warn any of these low-bloods that a culling is coming, that could mean risking my life too. Not that I ever tried, but everyone knows that. The high-bloods here will probably be fine, though. We've got each other's backs. It's important to look after your comrades in a struggle. Sure enough, you can see that the other trolls, who, much like Zebra, stand out because they're wearing nice clothes, are casually but urgently leaving the concert venue. The lowbloods are still clapping and singing along with the singer on stage. No one has given them a tip-off. Come on, we've got to scram. The two of you absconded. Yay, absconded. Getting away from the music club as fast as your legs can carry you. By the time Zebra decides it's safe to slow down, you're tired and out of breath. Looking around, it seems like you've arrived back in the high blood part of town. You wonder if drones have descended on all those trolls in the club by now, and you just can't hear it because this neighborhood is too far away, closed off and sheltered from the violence. Going to low-blood cultural events like that can be dangerous, but it's one of the risks you have to take if you want to be an activist. I can't tell you how many times I've risked a culling to fight for low-blood rights. Civil disobedience is the only way to fight the authoritarian state. He turns to you and takes one of your hands in both of his, looking deep into your eyes. I just think it's cool how you supported me back there when we risked our lives for the cause. It's probably the best way you can contribute as an activist and ally, you know, by supporting me. And speaking of activism, we were talking about quadrants earlier. Let's get back to that. This guy just does not want to take no for an answer. Once again, you reiterate that friendship is what you're looking for here. He nods enthusiastically and squeezes your hand tighter. Yeah, I love friendship. I've always believed that strong friendship is the best foundation for any successful romantic relationship. He's not wrong, but he's taking it wrong. And many trolls start by being friends first and enter into a quadrant later. Even if you try to be friends but then fight too much, that can still prepare you for a Caligula's quadrant. Either way, the thought of being your friend makes my blood pusher beat a little faster. Sure, you say, if what you're doing is extolling the benefits of friendship, then boy, do you have some things to add to his list. For instance, friendship can give you a sense of platonic companionship with your fellow man, and friends can also come in handy when you need someone to help you move or take you to the airport or other non-romantic activities. You think friendship is a great thing to pursue for its own merits. Friendship is so great that once you have it, why would you want anything more? Hell yeah, totally. You're so right that friendship is a great first step. Did you enjoy the concert tonight? Did it persuade you to be an ally for low blood rights? You think that going by your blood color and how often you've been almost killed by those more powerful on this planet, you're more like a member of the oppressed underclass than you are an ally. But you decide not to split hairs and just tell him, yes, you'll be an ally to yourself. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. That. If you're an ally to lowbloods, then I'll allow you to be my mate sprit. Friend, you correct him. You can be his friend. Yeah, sure, yep. I meant to say friend. What was that? Victory! What a creep! Dab. Oh, you can see the concert burning in the distance. I'm sure that last sentence wasn't important. I'm gonna figure out how to fix this mouse. But that was great. I guess we'll continue on to the next time for the next route. And man, she was just so great. I loved her. I hated him. Seriously, just friends. Learned how to be a better ally to yourself. And we were accomplices to an assassination. What a wonderful day. And we're like a quarter of the way through. Yes. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Hey there. Consider becoming a patron, just like the phenomenal Gerald Thomas, Bleed Red, and Alexander Madeline.